Do we get a Santa Claus rally this year, and is Bitcoin going to pump to 50K? We will get into that. The Galaxy Digital CEO is calling for an imminent spot Bitcoin ETF. This is no longer a drill. The banking sector, the bankers, they're scared shirtless. We need to cover some really funny Bitcoin filings at the SEC, and Senator Elizabeth Warren has been uncovered again. Now, Justin, Galaxy CEO and spot Bitcoin ETF applicant, says we're going to get this ETF before January 10th. Let's play this. It's 2 minutes. It's well worth the listen. It is time to get ready, and we'll dive into the Chrissy rally.
Bitcoin is up, as we mentioned this morning. It's up about 14% this month alone, way up for the year. I don't know how much. The next guess probably knows 80% or something. Let's get right into it. With crypto and the broader markets following what the Fed said last week. Joining us is Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz. And I don't know how you'd weight all the different things, Mike. But for a while, it looked like the Bitcoin price came off 25,000, started headed up based on some of the spot ETF.
Such a side note, is that a Texas accent? I really, really like it. Anyway, let's listen to Mike Novogratz.
Conjecture, but this latest move, which really accelerated, had a lot more to do with what you think as an alternative to fiat, as an alternative to money printing.
Listen to that messaging as an alternative to fiat, as an alternative to money printing.
When the Fed said, yeah, we may go back into an easing phase again, and then it was off to the races.
Yeah, Bitcoin up 150% on the year.
150
asset again.
Only 150%
there. A little victory lap. Listen, the Fed's pivot is really important. That press conference was as dovish as anybody expected, and the markets are behaving that way. You look at fixed income markets, equity markets; they all are now trading a Fed pivot. And is it, March, January, or do they wait till the April meeting? We'll see. We'll see what their narrative is. We'll see what the inflation data is. But this is all based.
Just really quickly, all the inflation data, that's a total psyop. But if they wait and wait and wait and they wait till April and then we get the halving, the spot Bitcoin ETF is out, they're huge catalysts. So it doesn't really matter. We just need to hold on.
Based on inflation coming down, and it's not based on growth collapsing. And so they shifted to a more inflation-focused Fed, which gives them the room to cut rates. I think crypto likes it. We're going to get this ETF before January 10th. That's kind of the drop-dead date that Gensler has before he gets in trouble with Grayscale and the lawsuit. And so I think you're going to see
Gary Gensler might get a little bit of a spank.
This, announced. It won't start trading then, right? That probably takes 6 to 8 weeks after that. But it's just more fuel for a fire.
Bitcoin is up.
It is about to get serious. As Robin says, it's not a drill. Buy Bitcoin now. It could be too late otherwise. This is on Reddit Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. Let me tell you one thing. After the ETF approval, big institutions like BlackRock and others are going to advertise Bitcoin ETFs in the mainstream media. Buy Bitcoin, buy ETF the whole day. And every news and every economy show, they're going to fish hard for new money. And they're going to do it aggressively, so aggressively, because they will be competing against other firms. They're going to pay famous, respected people. We saw that yesterday, to say good things about Bitcoin and how easy is getting Bitcoin and ETF. This is so much bigger than you know. No selling the news event. This is the biggest catalyst in Bitcoin history. Stop DCAing and go in, all in. Now, not financial advice, but bloody study Bitcoin. That is the message of the show today. Things are really heating up. It is getting serious. Did you get to one Bitcoin? Did you make it? Did you get your big Santa sack? Is Santa going to pump it to 50K? We'll dive into that. I just want to show you the time here. Block height, 821,988. The exchange rate, 42,302, above 42,000 again. Local time, 5:53. Yes, this is great. I absolutely love time chain calendar. Check this one out. Satoshi/cube.versal.app. I've shared this on Twitter at SeanClark911. Absolutely amazing. You can see the block height here. You can change it. Works absolutely amazing on your phone. 5:33 a.m. In Australia, the dates wrote the 20th of the 12th, but here it's written in the American date, the 12th, 20th, 2023, Bitcoin USD, 42,193. Real quick ask, if you can help us, hit subscribe, hit the like button. We are on a mission here to be able to get the signal out to as many people as possible that need to hear it, to be able to stay calm, collected, to be able to get the news with the fast facts. If you could do that for me, smash the like, hit the subscribe. If we do vibe, be greatly appreciated. And let's just dive straight back into it, hey? Now, love her, absolutely love Senator Elizabeth Warren has sent letters to companies in the crypto industry demanding details about their hiring of former defense, national security and law enforcement officials, questioning their role in lobbying against regulations allegedly aimed at preventing the use of cryptocurrency in financial crimes. Listen to this. This is so insane, so insidious. Really pay attention to the words that are coming out. Co-sponsors of Elizabeth Warren's ban Bitcoin bill admits that bankers helped Warren write the bill. Insanity, insidious, disgusting. Shout out to everyone in the chat today. We'll get into the positive side after we get through this here quickly.
Senator Warren and I have authored the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act that represents a step in the right direction. Again, I think that this is a light touch. The first thing we did is we went to the American Bank Association and said, help us craft this. And I don't know if you saw Senator Warren's hearing with Jamie Dimon yesterday, but Mr. Dimon said basically, in his opinion, crypto is only a tool for criminals. And I think that, again, it's that light touch by the federal government as opposed to a heavy touch as well. That's about all I know about crypto.
Ouch. That's absolutely insane, hey? Chamber of Digital Commerce knows absolutely nothing. The bankers helped Elizabeth Warren put out the propaganda because they are scared shitless. They are losing control here. And all we need to do is imagine when $30 trillion in capital is unlocked to buy a spot Bitcoin ETF. It will send the price skyrocketing. The FOMO will be insane. Then the halving in April, followed by a recession, a Fed pivot with QE to infinity before the election cycle. Wow. What's happening at the SEC? This one's really interesting, and I do not see the point of it. But anyway, 7RCC files a spot Bitcoin ETF that's 80% Bitcoin, 20% carbon credit futures. Bitcoin's already 54% renewable energy. It doesn't need the carbon credits, but they're looking for a way to be able to have a spot of difference instead of just competing on having the lowest spread, the lowest amounts of fees there. It provides investors with an integrated single trade approach to digital assets, environmental sustainability. As we said, Bitcoin's already environmentally sustainable. Gemini to custody 7RCC Bitcoin carbon credit futures ETF, blending Bitcoin with environmentally conscious investments. That's it's good marketing, and it'll probably work really well. So they're a little bit late to the party, looking for a spot of difference here. This one's an interesting thing. So Rich Claudia, PIMCO Global Economic Advisor and former Fed Vice Chairman, doesn't think Jay Powell made a mistake in suggesting rate cuts next year, but there is a risk case as well. 51 seconds. Shout out to everyone in the chat.
The delicate challenge, and we've discussed this on the show in the past, is a tug of war between their guidance and market pricing. You know, part of the reason, Lisa, inflation is expected to come down next year to 2 point something is because financial conditions have tightened. Well, as the markets think mission accomplished and rate cuts, 6 cuts are coming in next year, that will ease conditions. That makes it less likely that inflation comes down. So
okay, 6 rate cuts are coming next year. We think we're going to get a pivot. 6 rate cuts. Former vice chair. Anyway, we'll listen to the rest of what he has to say.
It's a tricky point right now for the Fed.
Do you think that Fed Chair Powell made a mistake?
I don't think so. I think he was reflecting his committee, and I think in the press conference, sometimes chairs can sort of distance themselves, and I think he was embracing the baseline view. But there is a risk case as well, and I think perhaps some of the pushback is to remind folks about those other scenarios. Well, I think
that's pretty crazy. Hey, that is actually really bullish. It's It's good to hear from the former vice chairman. 6 rate cuts are expected next year. James from Bloomberg Intelligence. I don't know who needs to hear this, but apparently there are a lot of you on this app. Cash creation does not mean the fund won't hold the spot Bitcoin ETF or that a Bitcoin ETF will be a fractional reserve product. Even in cash create / redeem, the funds will hold spot Bitcoin. Little bit of peace of mind if anyone is getting confused. BlackRock has refiled and they are going cash create. They have given that up. Obviously, we saw this ad yesterday. I'll bring it up. I'll play it now. It was pretty bloody good by Yellow. It's not what I expected when I first played it.
You know what is interesting these days? Bitcoin. Because there is no second best.
There is no second best. Buy the real Bitcoin and not the ETF. Absolutely love it. Well done, Yellow there. So, Bitcoin 80 IQ, Patriot. Anyone know what the longest stretch of Ordinal attack was? Yeah, I said attack. And just like that, we're back below 100 sats per VByte for a high priority Bitcoin transaction. A lot of people do not like the Ordinals. It is pay to play with the inscriptions there. It is what it is. We'll come back. I'll save that one to the end there. Now, let's find this. I've done really good at not swearing this whole episode. But if you are new to shitcoins and NFTs, you're probably not going to read the books. I recommend that you read the books. A really, really good book to read is Bitcoin Evangelism. Order it now. Read it over the holiday period. But if you are new to shitcoins and you're not smart enough to read, you're not going to take the time, study this helpful chart. This is what happens with NFTs and shitcoins. There's a picture for you if you can't wrap your brain around it. Have a look at that. Made it really, really simple for you to understand. So thanks very much, and for all the shitcoiners and the NFT hopefuls out there, all the monkeys. Anyway, we've been good today. So I think it's clear all applicants are abiding by the SEC's request and update. That's one for cash crates. BlackRock and Wisdom Tree's just in. With holidays, it's possible the internal deadline was different and could see a spot Bitcoin ETF in the next 72 hours. Is that going to happen? I see it early next year, January 5th to 10th. If it happened this year, the Santa Claus rally would be absolutely huge. Everyone is going on holidays, though, and I believe the marketing teams and stuff will be wanting to get ready and put out more and more of these ads there. Get Bitcoin all over the mainstream. So I don't see it happening in the next 72 hours. Unlikely on Friday, holiday for most companies. It would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, or Tuesday to Friday next week, if not regular programming for early January. I reckon early January. I'd love to know what your thoughts are there in the chat. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them below and smash the like button. One more person. We're at 69 viewers live. Justin, the BlackRock met with the SEC today to discuss their Bitcoin ETF application. BlackRock then amended its ETF application. This is serious. They're not horsing around. The SEC is getting ready to give the approval for this to go ahead. Wisdom Tree filed its 4th amendment to its spot Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. Cross the T's and dot the I's. TikTok, next block, FOMO21. If you're looking for some Bitcoin apparel there, use code G'DAY, G-D-A-Y. G'day in Australia, it means good day. Anyway, TikTok and next block if you are looking for a shirt for the holiday season. So, Justin, wow. Kathy Wood, ARK, filed an updated Bitcoin ETF application for the 3rd time. SEC got them all ready to go. Let's go. So do we get the Santa Claus rally? Are we going to pump to 50K like 2013, 2017? We had these big parabolic moves over Christmas. It's absolutely possible. My thoughts for myself, obviously not advice, is enjoy it at $42,000. Enjoy it under $50,000. Enjoy it under $69,000. Sooner or later, most people are already priced out of one Bitcoin, but the sats, they're going to continue. You're going to continue to get less and less sats for your dirty odd fiat. There make the most of it, because it's going to be too late. You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, holy cow, we just had a $10,000 or $20,000 candle, and you'll be like, what happened? At 43, I was waiting for 38, I was waiting for 30. I thought it was going to 13K. It's not going to 13K. That's insanity. If it does, bloody back the truck up even further. Make the most of it. It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. So, Oliver, you are overcomplicating the greatest freedom-giving wealth generating opportunity of our lifetime. The advice I gave to all my traders back in early 2020 still holds today. Don't trade Bitcoin. Trade everything else for Bitcoin. Allow Bitcoin's winning to make you look and investigate more. Then drop should only make you buy more. And that's why we don't have the red button today. But that's why I like the big red button on Bitcoin, because it gives you the opportunity to get more sats for your dirty odd fiat. Step number 3, hold on for dear life. HODL, ignore price for at least 4 years. 5, repeat. It's as simple as that. Stack and chill. This guy's a goat, hey? I wonder if he was serious, what he was thinking, this guy here, putting something with wheels in a trolley with wheels. Now, the rational route, $1 trillion market cap, target price $51,000. What are we at the moment here? If we go onto the Shitcoin Casino website, we can see 825,696,809,059. It's not going to take much, ladies and gentlemen, to get above the 1T mark. The higher the price is going to go. We are sitting at $1.65 trillion there. This is probably the best one, and I've gone through. This is starting to get really funny here. It's 10 seconds. It's not what you expect. It's not what I expected at all.
You know what's interesting these days?
Bitcoin! Oh, it's just too good. That is just way too good. I think that one by Rubenstein from Pleb Pay is the best. Let us know and tag me on Twitter at SeanClark911 if you think there is anything greater than that one. I think that one takes the slice. Obviously, I like the one with Sailor as well, 42,329. Now, this is why Bitcoin is getting absolutely serious. Stuff crypto, put the crypto aside, just replace that word for Bitcoin. The rest is trash. It makes absolutely no sense. It's all pre-mined. Now, 42 different countries discussed to pass crypto regulations legislation in 2023, PwC. More than 20 countries have passed comprehensive crypto regulation frameworks over the past year, a PwC report shows. More than 40 countries have taken aim at advancing crypto-focused regulations and legislation this year, signaling wider cryptocurrency adoption globally may be underway. That's according to a new report. Professional service firm PricewaterhouseCoopers. That's a big professional service. You know the name. You've heard it before. The report released on Tuesday said 42 countries have engaged in myriad initiatives to develop crypto-focused regulations and legislation, from holding discussions to passing laws. Those regulatory and legislative pushes divide into 4 key focus areas: stablecoin regulation, travel rule compliance. Stablecoins are just CBDCs. Tether is a CBDC. It's backed by the FBI. That's not a fact, but I'm sure it will be in due course. Conspiracy theory until it's not, yeah? Travel rule compliance, licensing and listing guidance, and crypto framework development, according to PwC. This lady here was on Coin Stories with Natalie Brunel. Franklin Templeton, every national treasury will hold Bitcoin. Sandy Call, an analyst for Franklin Templeton at Global Investment Management Organizations, recently made a bold prediction stating that every national treasury will hold Bitcoin. Central banks will be allowed to have 2% of holdings in crypto, aka Bitcoin, on their balance sheet shortly. So this is not a far stretch to the imagination, and you're stuffing around waiting for a little bit of a price correction. Please make the most of it while you can. You do you, I'll do me. That's what I'm doing. She called Bitcoin a revolutionary tool for investor diversification, cross-border currency exchange. Natalie Brunel, I did do a podcast with Natalie Brunel. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Highly to respect Natalie, one of the best journalists, the best journalist within Bitcoin. I think it's going to become something that every treasury needs to hold. A Bitcoin is a Bitcoin in every country. Franklin Templeton has $1.5 trillion, 1.5 trillion, not billion, $1 trillion Oh my God. We'll come back. Assets under management is one of the 13 applicants for a spot Bitcoin ETF there. Natalie had the chance to talk to a really, really good podcast, Coin Stories podcast at Natalie Brunel. Bitcoin as a tool for less developed nations. We've already seen it. El Salvador, well done. Nayib Bukele, absolutely well done. Is Javier Milei in Argentina going to be the next? Maybe, probably. People are starting to wake up to the fact and you're here. Well done. Absolutely well done. I just want everyone to just give themselves a little bit of a pat on the back. Things are going to get serious. It's going to be choppy as hell. It's going to be volatile as hell. $10,000, $20,000 candles. I'm not joking. They are coming. And they're going to melt faces. And when that happens, when you see especially the red days and you have been pushing that red button, when it happens, then you're used to it. Psychologically, you've got your mind sorted and you're happy, and then you just enjoy the green days. Now, should you be stacking on both? Follow your plan. Probably a good idea. $42,280 is going to seem cheap as we move out, and it's not going to be very long, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll just a couple more quotes from her. I think you'll see more of that. I also think it's going to become something that every treasury needs to hold because portions of their business will just be facilitated more easily through Bitcoin payments. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. I just see it working its way increasingly into the traditional banking system as a foundational part of that system. This is why people like Senator Elizabeth Warren are so scared. Jamie Dimon is so scared. They're panicking. They're worrying because you can't stop Bitcoin. You can't change Bitcoin. You need to understand, then Bitcoin will change you. But that's as far as it goes. So make the most of that, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got any questions, drop a Q in front. I will run through the legends in the chat. Once again, I ask you humbly to push the like button. And if we vibe, hit subscribe. We are on a mission here to be able to get out the news with the fast facts, the signal, have a little bit of banter at the end. Yes, we are going to war against the central banks. That is the mission here because the central banks have controlled, manipulated over the last 100, 110, 120 plus years. Really throughout human history, through fiat debasement. Fiat money is not backed by everything. Here, I've even got in my wallet some monopoly money right there. It's not backed by anything. They just print it. They just make it up. It's absolutely rubbish. And it's good to do that and to be able to use it, to be able to stack Bitcoin. That's about its only use case now, that dirty old fiat. Make the most of it before it's too late. And anyway, we'll jump into the chat, so I'll relax this morning. So, Jim, LFG 6721. IW, LW, looking forward to life-changing couple of years. Mike W, hey Sean, hope all is good with you. We're in Bitcoin, baby. Everything is gravy, baby. Simon Picala, what's up, my man? Wisconsin, baby. I think I said it before, but when I was like really young, had a homeschool student or like an exchange student from Wisconsin, USA. And I don't know what happened to it, but instead of a $1 bill, she gave me a $2 bill. And it's absolutely awesome. I think you just don't use them anymore, hey? Let us know. I never saw any when we were in the States a couple of weeks back. Neil Patton, g'day Sean, g'day Neil, pleasure to have you here. Simon, ordering a Blockstream Jade today and getting away from Ledger, absolutely well done. Ledger, fundamentally flawed crypto security company, and that's the problem. They are there with crypto. Bitcoin only, if you're looking for a Bitcoin only exchange, you can use AmberApp. There's a link below. Whoever you use, please, Bitcoin only. They're less likely. Most importantly, though, especially while the sats are cheap, get that Bitcoin into something like the Blockstream Jade or the Cold Card, whatever it is. Jump over to BTC Sessions in regards to hardware wallet devices. Please get your generational wealth off the exchanges. And then your seed phrase, most important of all, don't store it in paper. I know people that have huge amounts of still storing their generational wealth. I was talking to somebody yesterday who I really respect. That's still on paper. Still. So this $11 on Amazon, $11 Australian, and then you need to buy a letter punch. Otherwise, a Seedor is the Rolls Royce. It comes with everything you need. Plenty of options out there, whatever it is. Please, not paper, not laminated paper. Anyway, into the forest. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Good to see you here. FI, if you know, you know. Retro Beaver. I bought a Jade wallet, but I now ordered a cold card for more security. Cold card is the device used for people that have been here for a long time. Not advised. Look into it. It's got everything and then so much more that you'll ever need. It is so future-proof. Slow and steady, hey? When you're moving that money, there's no one you can call up. It's as it goes TikTok next block. If you stuff up, it's gone. So be careful. Read everything that comes up on the screen. If you are buying any hardware wallet, make sure it has a screen you know what you're saying yes to. I don't think you can use a cold card with iPhone, though. No, I said I wouldn't use any hardware wallet with a phone at all. That's me, a little bit paranoid. I understand, I get it. Some people in that situation have to. Do your best, and you can get virus protection and VPNs and stuff for your phone as well. Maybe something worth looking into, maybe not. Simon, money laundering, are they talking about themselves and the Fed? No, of course. It's insidious what they are doing there. Simon Picala, I agree, only my option. There we go. Yeah, that's in regards to using it. Ditch my Ledger as well in the new year. Yeah. Ledger, it's amazing how they're still about. Their marketing's so good. Yes, the interface is clean. The device is easy enough to use. I understand. I get all that. But they're just a shit company. They're so bad. They're involved with shitcoins. So I guess we shouldn't expect any more. But as even just a crypto security company, they've just let the whole industry down with what they're doing. And they almost crashed DeFi. I wish they actually did, because it'd save a lot of people and they'd actually probably wake up from the signal. But people see then they're still going into that shitcoin casino. They can do them. I'll do me. Outlaw. What a name. I love the name Outlaw. Ned Kelly was someone that I highly respected in Melbourne. I sat in Ned Kelly's. If you don't know who Ned Kelly is, he was this guy that had like full body armor way back in the day, this gunslinging hero, basically a hero of the people and against the banks. Pretty ruthless man. And there's a really good book I read on him. Anyway, back in Melbourne, I sat in his jail cell and I closed the big doors like this thick and just sat there with my eyes closed, just chilling. Pretty spooky place, pretty dark, pretty small quarters. Anyway, that's where he ended up. His armor and stuff was still there. That was pretty cool. And then I read the book afterwards. But absolute hero. So I love the outlaws out there. If you're stacking, if you're chilling, in a way, you are the outlaw, but you're realizing that this is freedom technology. You understand when you fix the money, you fix the world. And that's all we can do is go into the world's hardest asset, go from the world's... What's the name? I just don't think about fiat really at all. The most abundant asset, like there's so much of it, is dollars. The world's scarcest asset, literally the world's scarcest asset, verifiably, is Bitcoin. It's the scarcest asset that humanity has ever known apart from an individual human life. Andy, the Bitwise advertisement looks like a scene from a Rockstar game. It's pretty dope, you know. I really like it. Really like it. Am I going to buy the ETF? No, I'm not going to buy the ETF. But a lot of people will. It's going to bring a lot of inflows in there. It's not even the start of it. Like the production quality of that ad, what's next? What do we see coming up? It's going to get pretty absolutely awesome. If you're a Bitcoiner, you are looking for something new and a way to fix some money. So if you want to play with shitcoins, don't waste your time here and enjoy gambling. Simon, well said, brother. Much respect. Yes, absolutely. Simon, you can use Jade Green and desktop too. Don't own a computer. Fair enough. So many people don't own a computer. So just make the most of it, go through, do the best Bitcoin security that you can. Not sponsored. You can reach out to the Bitcoin Way, have a free conversation and chat with Tony. Obviously, I did that video the other day with him there. Just take it slow and steady. Make sure your phone is clean. You've got two-factor authentication or whatever it is. Go above and beyond anything that you think is reasonable and just do the best to be able to protect yourself and don't connect ever to random wireless hotspots ever. That's probably the worst thing that you could do there. And pretty easy, just turn off Wi-Fi and only use Wi-Fi if you need to at home. Okay, nothing wrong with just using mobile wallets so long as the device itself is secure, and Jade is good. Buy the dip. Just spanking your algorithm. World Explorers, awe-inspiring sights and smells. Thank you very much. I always appreciate your comments. Appreciate everyone's comments. G'day, I have what I thought would be sufficient, but I can't stop by it on the red days. Every few extra sats feels like it'll help. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it'll also help, most importantly, your mentality, because when we get those big red days, and we're going to get big red days, you'll be like, they're a good thing. They're a great thing. They're a present. They're a gift from the traders, from the universe, knowing, hey, it's okay. We can stop. We can reset. To go up, we need to go down. So it happens. Bakari, if I mispronounced your name, I do apologize immensely. I really appreciate the beautiful, kind words. Love your work. Mr. Android, who's buying sats when the clock strikes 12 a.m. on New Year's Eve? I'll be well and truly asleep. 7:37 for me. We've got a robot vacuum that comes out at 7:37, and it's always a race to get in bed before the robots come out. That's my mission in life. That's the last mission of the day. It's a critical mission. So I think that's a great idea. At midnight New Year's Eve, I'll be well and truly asleep. Wisconsin was a great state to grow up in for me. Absolutely awesome. Bitbox 2.0, really good Bitcoin only firmware, software that you can put on there as well. Really great option. Bitcoin Sessions is definitely the place to go in regards to hardware wallets. Bitcoin Australia, the ABC, the Australian Bitcoin community. I want to just shout out to everyone here. I just need a huge shout out to Mike and a huge shout out to Rory. We will have the co-host on here on Friday as well for a Friday banter. Thursday for everyone here. Yeah, Bitcoin Dinny and Peter McCormack still shilling legend. Yeah, Danny and Peter, absolutely respect both of them. But no comment on the ledger. Ladies and gentlemen, we know better. Don't use them. Maybe there's an integrated brand deal that happened and there's a contract abiding that they need to hold on to. I'm not sure what it is, but you're awake, you're aware. It's all good. World Explorer, awe-inspiring sights and smells. Sights and smiles. Absolutely love it. I talked to Tony. This is Tony from the Bitcoin Way. I'm going on his help, which is going to get his help, I assume. Tony's amazing. The whole team there knows so much. A cybersecurity expert for 30 odd years. Really amazing. If you haven't seen that video, check that one out. Bitcoin Bull, smash, like, and buy Bitcoin. That's the message. Smash, like, and buy Bitcoin. Will Warren's bill get up? She hasn't had a good history, hey, in the past of getting them passed. People are fighting back, especially people like Dennis Porter, who we brought up earlier. If I can find this guy, Dennis Porter, follow him on Twitter. CEO and co-founder of the Satoshi Action Fund. They've put 2 bills into law at the moment. They're going to pass 10 bills next year. President and founder of Satoshi Educate on offense for proof of work and Bitcoin, making holding Bitcoin legal in the States. The team at Satoshi Action is actively coordinating efforts to push back on Warren's Bitcoin ban bill. Please consider donating to our work so we can show members of Congress why this ban should be rejected. So you can donate your dirty USD. If you've got a couple of cheap sats there, a little bit of dust or something, you can use your Bitcoin. But USD is always a good option. I'm not a proponent of letting go. If you're going to let go of your Bitcoin, that's a pretty bloody good cause. Dennis Porter, Elizabeth Warren never reached out to Bitcoin and crypto companies for input on this bill. In fact, Warren openly won't meet with anyone in the Bitcoin space. This shows her hand. She isn't interested in light touch regulation. There is nothing more than a backdoor ban meant to sniffle Bitcoin adoption, brought to you by her friends at the mega banks. Why? Because Bitcoin fundamentally disrupts banks. Dennis is absolutely amazing with all his posts. We will have him on. We did have him lined up, and very, very, very busy man here. So we're rescheduling, talking with his assistant and emails at the moment. The last one was sent last night before beating the robot. So people are fighting back. People like Dennis Porter. There's a huge shift fighting against it. BlackRock's going to be on our side with this. In regards to self-custody, that's a little bit of a different issue, and people like Dennis Porter are so important in the space to be able to get the message, the signal out there, and that's another good reason. Like literally just hitting the like, the more likes we get in this video, the more subscribers it pushes out to more people, the more, especially shitcoiners, wake up to the fact that the shitcoin ain't worth shit. And it's total rubbish, but it will get out to other people in the investment space or real estate, or people that have a little bit of money. And then when they start looking into Bitcoin and they actually read the books, because a lot of sophisticated people will read the books, they'll take the time to understand it. Like, all right, I've heard about it. It's no longer a tulip bubble. What is this Bitcoin thing? And when the right people get behind it and understand, because when you study Bitcoin, it changes you. Once that happens, that's how we fight back against the system, the banksters. So will it pass? I'm not so sure. She hasn't had a good track record, but then she's got the banks and stuff behind. Obviously, we showed you that video as well, how she colluded with the banks to be able to get this out. Someone that was such a huge advocate of Occupy Wall Street, but you can see how she's ended up with all her money, hey? It's disgusting. It's despicable human behavior. And she's not willing to study Bitcoin because it'd shine a light at herself, and she'd realize that she probably knows where she's gotten astray. But if she hasn't, or really if she took the time to study and understand Bitcoin, she'd see very clearly that she's taken the wrong path in life. So we can keep getting this message out, and we can push that and just push it so it doesn't, because it's not good. And I think Dennis Porter and people, truth always prevails. Does it take a little bit longer than we expect? Fingers crossed her losing streak keeps up. Average Joe, check into a hardware wallet using Blue Wallet on a mobile. No, I'm just reading the comment from Average Geo. I won't give any advice on hardware wallets. Look into it, study it, research, do everything. And also, again, BTC sessions. MavUSD, Bisman. I won't say any more. Andy Surfer, morning, g'day. Anyone missing the red days already? Every day it's a green day. I miss them. With FASB rule, can US government show their 210,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet to offset the deficit? If so, the dollar could last a long time as Bitcoin price goes up. That's a really good question. No. It's been confiscated and they'll need to sell it back. But imagine if they do put in legislation, because they are one of the largest holders of Bitcoin at the moment. It's theirs, not theirs, really. Like, they do have a mandate that they need to sell, and we know that they have been offloading, and they're going to continue to offload it. Why haven't they done it? Like, I thought they had to offload all of it this year. I'm sure that's what they said, like right at the start of the year, and they haven't yet. And we've got all these ETFs and stuff. They're waiting for, because BlackRock rules. Like, BlackRock's top dog. Are they waiting for the spot Bitcoin ETFs to go out, and then is it going to be up for sale, and then it's going to suck in? BlackRock is going to suck it all in? I don't know, but no, with the new FASB rules, I do not believe that's possible in any way. You're all bloody legends. It's been a pleasure. It's an amazing year. I just want to bring something up on my phone, and because I've been on a mission here. The mission was to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And to be able to do that, all I can do is make the videos. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button and the like button, get it out there. We are at 5,966 as of this minute. We're not far away, ladies and gentlemen. If we can hit 6,009 by the end of the year, be greatly appreciated, be amazing. What else is possible? I'm glad you see what I'm getting at. Will be interesting to see what happens down. It's still absolutely going to be interesting to see what they do with their Bitcoin stack. Maybe you're right. Hi, cool, and let's effing go. 111 joining the live here. Help us on this mission to get the Bitcoin signal out. Super easy. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Peace. And go out and do something nice, eh?